Well, a lot of you are going crazy on this fishing event, and you're probably sitting on a whole bunch of these fishing points. I'm with you, I did the same thing, and I've bought just about every single thing that I could with this currency. But whether if you have a bunch of this or if you don't, you might be asking yourself, what's the best thing you should be getting out of it? Now, anytime one of these events pop up, a nice easy way, and it works majority of the time, is to kind of go and see what's the most expensive. And you can even pair it up with how many of these things the game's going to offer. So something that you can only get one copy of, good chance it's going to be something good to get. So if you saw the fishing video I made, I said 3 big ones you want to go for are the lucky silver coins, the gem chest, and then these actual envelopes we can use over in the wishing station. And I think I also said too, to make sure you're getting the contract or elite pact, whatever you want to call it, that is going to be another high priority. And if you maxed out all 4 of those and still have currency left, the next thing I would say is check to see if you have an active event going on. One that uses the pet eggs, one that uses horseshoes, or even the chest. If that is the case and there is one going out, before you spend on them, calculate how many of these things you're going to get and if it's going to give you a chance to get in one of those top places to get those golden tickets. I myself didn't have any of those events going on, so the next thing I purchased was these books, and the one where you can go and select 30 of them, I purchased every single one of those. And I know for a while there people were saying not to go and purchase these books, you're going to get a bunch of them out of travels, and I will tell you, I probably put maybe 1,200 to 1,300 of these skeleton books into the Bone Legacy, and I haven't even reached the 4th tier yet. So I promise you, if you do get these books, you will end up using them. The other thing I went for was these legendary keys, and I purchased all 5 of them, giving me 25. Next rotation of the Sky Splitter coming up, I am going to go over and do my best to take it to Mythic. But from there, I actually went over and started buying a whole bunch of this meteoric iron there that we use to upgrade our collectibles. I think people overlook this a lot of times. This is one of those things where you can never have too many of these, especially if you want to start getting those 3 stars or 6 stars. These things always seem to be running out of them. And after I got those, I went over to the equipment designs. Now, for the longest time, I'd always say to myself, I'm not going to go and buy any of these things from the event because eventually I'm going to get them all. I'm not going to be able to level up my gear high enough, and I still just am never sitting on max equipment. So I dumped as much as I could into these things and at least took myself up a level. After that, I bought all of the dragon tickets because, be honest with you, if you get into the late game, you'll find there's a point where you have way too much gold and then you don't have any gold at all. So using these layer tickets here is a nice easy way to get some energy, go over to the fast travel, and just kind of start stockpiling up on some currency. Now, even though I don't have the chest event going on right now, or even the actual horseshoe one, I did buy as many of these things as you can. You can never have too many horseshoes inside the game, and then obviously the pet one is going to be a big bang for the buck there, so this will give me a nice jump on it. I didn't buy the other ones yet. Once I go through and get a couple more things and I've got nothing left, that's probably gonna be the point where I go and get those. But I will be grabbing those before I go grab the pet eggs and the actual pet food. As far as the Everstones, these ones are a little bit iffy. I did buy 2 of them just so I can have them, I guess, but this is one of those things where it gets a little bit iffy because nobody really has their build max for the actual stats inside the pets, so you go and you save these stats you want, and then next time when it comes to upgrading it or the next event comes around, you find that you're just re-rolling things fresh anyways. So where I did just go through and burn up 100 of these things here to get some of these SS stats, I know that when it comes around and I'm able to go and take it to the next level, those stats are going to be completely useless to me. I would say if you are considering using your Everstones, hang on to them at least to the point where you get these SS ones, because that's where it really is going to start making a difference. But one that I feel like might be a little bit overlooked there is going to be those gold keys. These things really don't cost a lot, and actually I got myself an S grade today. I think I got a bloody grail out of it just by going and buying 80 of these keys here. So don't underestimate these things. You can usually get some good stuff. You can obviously get S grades out of there, and a lot of times you'll find yourself getting some more of those blueprint scripts. So because I was rambling, and we'll just sum it up real quick, lucky silver coins, gem chests, those wishing envelopes, and the contract, those are your 4 main priorities. See if you got an event, decide on those chests, the horseshoes, and the pet eggs. And if you don't have any of those, go for the book exchanges and those legendary keys. You get all of those, consider the meteoric iron and those equipment scripts, and then top it off with those raid tickets, the pet chests, and then some of the horseshoes. And if you still got currency after that, then obviously get some of those gold keys. So that's how I'm doing it. If you don't agree with me, don't hate me on it. This is just the way I'm going for, and if you're stuck or confused on what to get, maybe this will give you a little bit of guidance. But if you guys are still confused on this whole wishing and legacy thing and want to know the best free-to-play stuff for your build, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.